Hey guys, I am starting a video. I haven't done a live in a really long time, but I was inspired by everything going on right now with the Threads platform that Instagram / Facebook / Meta has just started. And it just kind of like, I heard it was happening, but I didn't realize it was today. So I come on and it's like, oh, it's a thing. And then it's like a million people are already on there posting, and began to give me this ish feeling. So I wanted to create a space where anyone else who's feeling a little bit ish, a little bit weird, a little bit funky about the Facebook Threads new app and any pressure that you might feel to have to now show up, especially as a business owner, to like a new platform, or a creator to a new platform. Now there's a new platform that you have to keep up with. At first I was like, oh, this is kind of cool, but then I was quickly like, oh shoot, there's a zillion people on here. It's super chaotic feeling to me. Barely anything on it is memorable content. Like I spent like half an hour looking at it, and then I was like, what did I even read? What did I even spend time on? And I was just like, God, this is another time suck in my day. Like, I don't want to be a party pooper, because some people are really having fun. And they're like, it's giving me 90s vibes, and that's great. But like, honestly, I'm very quickly not excited about it. And I wanted to hear if anybody is around what they're thinking, but I don't see anyone joining. So I'll just kind of just speak from my own self, and maybe it'll resonate with someone. But like, as a business owner, I've been a business owner for like 10 years, and I don't want to make this all about me, but I'm sure other people can relate. Like, Facebook itself, just alone, has been such a huge time suck, especially in the beginning of my business, because I saw so many other people doing it. I thought, like, that's the way you have to run businesses. You have to be showing up on these platforms all the time. And then Instagram was like my home for a while, and I enjoyed Instagram because I don't know, I felt like it was an artistic kind of space back in the day when Instagram was going on. But then when Facebook bought Instagram, it kind of stopped being as fun. Like, if you remember, if you guys were there, like, it was like you could follow your friends and you could see everything that they put on Instagram back in the day, and it was like a linear feed. But then Facebook added an algorithm, and they added it so like you couldn't see everything that your friends were posting anymore, and that was like a bummer. And it also made it so progressively harder over the years for people who follow you to actually see everything that you post. So I wasn't a fan of that change with Instagram, and I'm not 100% sure if I like the Threads change that is happening now, because it kind of seems like super chaotic. Like, I went in there today, and it's like the first day, and I'm sure maybe it's a little bit more exciting for people as a new thing, but I just felt like this chaotic feeling, like, reading through it. Like, it's constantly updating, and there's like a billion people on there, and even as a new user, I am like, there's just so many people that I know from Instagram that are like, you know, I automatically decided to follow, and it's just like, so it's kind of like overstimulating. So I don't know if that will change. And I also didn't like how immediately people I don't follow are also being shown to me in my feed, and I'm just like, I don't need these random people in here too. Like, I can't really even discern between like the people that I haven't seen in a million years on Instagram and didn't even realize I was following, and people who I legit never heard of. Like, I don't even know the difference. And so I'm just like, I'm getting very overwhelmed looking at it. So I don't know if anyone else has mixed feelings about Threads, but I thought I would make a little live about it and do some tapping or EFT, which is something that I like to use to kind of like calm down and kind of like work through feelings. Because as a creator, I think the thing when there's a new platform, especially when it's hot, is there's so much FOMO kind of feeling. There's so much of a like pressure to use it and to join it. And it's just, you have to be careful, because whatever you invest your time in takes away from the other things you can invest your time in. And maybe you already had something that was working, and like, those things do change, you know. I hope that this isn't like everyone leaves the things that they were already looking at to now play with this, because honestly, I don't really like short-term content anyway, but that could be my own personal preference. But anyway, I'm gonna just take a breath. Yeah, so like I said, I just wanted to do some tapping because I would have done this on my own, but I figured there might be like somebody else who's feeling mixed feelings about this and could also benefit from doing some tapping, so I thought I would just share. And if you hear random sounds, probably my fiance, my husband, wandering around. But yeah, so I'm gonna do some tapping, and I'm gonna just process these feelings, the chaotic feeling that I got from looking at threads over the course of 1 hour. And also the FOMO pressure that I have to now tackle this brand new platform and master it and show up consistently on something that is designed to distract me and to suck me in and take my time and energy away from all of my other commitments and projects. So, or I'll miss out. I'm going to tap on that. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and prop this up. Yep. Okay, so if you don't know, tapping is acupressure. You use acupressure points. So basically, there's the side of the hand point. You just lightly, you're not really trying to hit hard or anything. Just lightly tapping on the side of the hand. And then there's a point on the top of the head. And then there's a point here. And then there's a point on the other side of the eyebrow. And there's a point under the eye. I usually skip this one because of my glasses. Point under the nose. And you just do this too. You just tap your own points. And then under the mouth. And then collarbone point. And those are all I do just so you can see what I'm doing. So, and then you just kind of listen to what I'm saying. If you want, you can say it too or replace it with your own words and your own thoughts. But basically, it's just to kind of focus you in on the feeling that we're trying to move. So, even though there is a new platform people are hanging out on, and I have some feelings about that, I totally love and accept myself. Even though it's one more place for me to put my time and my energy, I totally love and accept myself. Even though there's all this FOMO, I'm going to miss out if I don't do what all these other people are doing, and throw Meta more time and energy that I could be putting into something else, I totally love and accept myself. Hold on one second. I'll be right back. I could hear my husband humming, so I didn't know if you could hear that. Okay, so this weird feeling I get when I look at the Threads app. It's really chaotic. No one knows what they're doing at this point. Everybody wants to show up. Everybody wants to be important. Everybody wants to get attention, and I could too. I could be on there making noise. But is anyone really going to hear me or remember me in a positive way? I don't know. Is this really worth my time and attention right now when I already had plans before Meta dropped this? I don't know. This is all a bit of a surprise. Under the nose. To be honest, I don't really like surprises. Under the chin. And I already had priorities as a creator. I already had projects as a creator. Collarbone. It kind of feels like one more way the Meta is trying to dig its hooks into me. My energy, my time, and my brain. Top of the head. Who knows? It could be a good thing. We don't really know yet. That's the thing about these new platforms. We don't know what they're going to be like. What if it just lasts 5 minutes? What if they start making everyone pay for it? What if I get drowned out in the noise What if there's just a bunch of mean people all of a sudden? Or what if it's a good opportunity? What if it's a place to connect and make friends? I'm not entirely certain what it's going to end up being, and we probably don't know. It's too new, it's unproven, it's untested. I don't want to be negative, but I don't fully trust Meta. But I'm trying to just trust myself. And I'm trying not to get my entire life hijacked because of some new thing that has just happened. Because if I did that, I'd never get anything done. And I'd never get to pursue my own priorities. I'm going to listen to what my priorities were before all of this happened. And try to remember where I was at. And then I'll see if I have time for all of this noise. It could be fun. But it's just sort of like turning on the television. It's one way to distract myself. And as a creator and a business owner, it can be really hard to not join in to what other people are doing. Because that feeling of FOMO is so strong. That pressure to be everywhere on every single platform is very intense. And I felt it before this new one came out. To be honest, I was kind of relieved that I'd never have to go on Twitter again if Twitter is completely crap now. One less thing for me to do. But now there's a new thing. And it feels like leaving money on the table if I don't jump in right now. But it's important not to confuse instant gratification for actual success. Because it's super easy just to seek instant gratification and dopamine. And at the end of my life, I want to look back and feel like I created something that was actually worthwhile. And not just like a here today, gone tomorrow update that is completely gone after 5 seconds. Because how sad is it that social media forces artists to create content that is just so disposable? And I just don't want to end my life not having created something that I'm really proud of. Because I spent all my energy on social media. That's the thing that really bothers me. So I'm willing to trust myself and my vision, even if it's not validated by other people right now, because everybody's playing with this new toy. Even if I use it a little bit, I'm not going to force myself to do something just because everybody else is doing it. And there aren't any people out there who can tell me how to be myself. I have to find the answers inside of myself. And the problem with social media is that it creates a lot of noise, which makes it hard for me to hear myself sometimes. So it's important to pull back and reassess periodically what I'm doing, what I'm using, how I'm using it, if it's going to benefit me. Only I can decide that. And it doesn't necessarily need to be black or white. One thing is bad, one thing is good. Sometimes it's gray. Sometimes you just use it a little bit, certain times, certain ways. These things are complicated. Life is complicated. But it's certainly not as simple as everyone else is doing it, so I should do it too. That is definitely not the answer to life. And I'm willing to forge my own path, however I do that. Because I'm a creator, or a writer, or an entrepreneur, and I'm also a human being, a unique human being. And I'm going to find the way that's right for me. Okay, so now I'm just going to take some breaths. I invite you, if you're watching, to take some breaths. And if somebody was coming to me and they were like, I don't know what to do with Rez, if I was kind of coaching myself here, I would just say, like, write about it. Like, get a piece of paper or something not on there, like away from notifications and dopamine and all those things. Like, get your own space to just think about, what are my priorities and goals, and is this something that fits that? And if not, then you don't need to put all your time and energy into it. I mean, simple as that. But yeah, be careful, guys. Any new thing has that FOMO gravitational force to suck you into it, and you know what? It's up to you to decide what is important to you, and also to, like, use your time and energy. And it could be good, it could be a waste of time, I don't know yet, but you know, you do you. Okay. And if you like this, if you watch this and you like this, I'm doing a live event tomorrow. I'm not going to do tapping, but I'm going to be with a few people who are working on their websites and working to make their bio more captivating to people who come to your website, like who are interested in you, who are interested in your services, and you want to make sure that your bio is current and relevant and a little spicy and exciting. A lot of times things get funky, I guess, after some time has gone by and you've changed and you've had revelations and you've had... you need to update it, you know? You need to update it. And it takes, I say, about every year, it's good if you have a site to update your bio specifically, because it's the number one site people click on any website. And it's also a really great way to make a connection with people for lifelong fans and followers and clients. So come join me. I have information in the link in my bio if you want to join that. It's only $9 and it'll be really fun. And I'm going to hop off now if I can figure out how to stop this. How do I get out of here? Okay, bye guys.